to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. I'm really not liking the sunlight beaming in here. I think something needs to be done because I look so goddamn pale. Just not comfortable with it. I mean, I'll make it through today, but I'm seeing myself and I'm disgusted. And I didn't fix my hair. And if I do a show without fixed hair, that's clearly my priorities are off today. Fridays, we start the show at about this time. Typically, Monday through Thursday, it's like an hour later. But the radio show ends an hour earlier on Friday. Guess who forgot that? So I'm wrapping up what is my final segment of the Insane Asylum, not knowing that it is my final segment. So I'm putting the wraps on it, doing the birthday club, wishing everybody a happy birthday. And I'm looking forward to the next hour. I'm going to play some great tunes as the tune man. Might even play some requests. Tell a witty anecdote here or there. You know, full Zane-Tunian mode on the old radio show. I get done with the segment, and I'm like, God, I'm killing it today. And then I realize the show's over. Maureen says, I wondered if you forgot, Eric, because you didn't sign off. No, I was like, all right, coming up next hour, we got this, that, and the other thing. Turns out that at 9 a.m., the radio station does a thing called Northern Focus. And smack dab in the middle of the morning show, like JC takes over and does like a talk show. Now, I don't ask questions. I'm not like question asker. I'm not one to say, hey, why are you doing that? I don't do that. This is their radio station. They run it like they want. I am a contracted employee. I am not involved in the day-to-day decision-making. I do not provide my opinion unless I am asked of it. I am brought in to do a job, and that is the Insane Asylum to the best of my abilities. And then if that means 1 hour less per week, well, then so be it. Have at it. So JC takes over, and that's too bad because I wanted to bust JC's balls. JC is my foil on the radio station. He has been for almost 5 years. You forget, I've been on that radio station for 4.5. Well, it'll be 5 years this summer. So I go back with JC and have been busting his gigantic balls for years. He's absolutely enormous, by the way. He's like 6'5" and as thick as a wall. Not only like his body, but his brain. So I was really, really geared up to ripping him a new asshole from 9 to 10. And then it was all ripped from me because I forgot he's got his talk show. But that's okay. I had some hilarious moments of stupidity on the show today where like a button wasn't pushed. You got a little bit of, when that happens with me, I always acknowledge it. I always go, what? Uh-oh. Oops. Oh, how embarrassing. I got to do that again. And I think that's part of the charm. At least that's what I say to myself to help myself sleep. Kenny is here. He writes, hey, it's my son's 25th birthday today. I just thought everyone should know. Chris steals my thunder. I was going to say it first. He goes, will you get more than 5 words out of him today? Hey, Derek, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Thanks. What you want to do for your birthday? Nothing. How you feel? Awesome. You won't talk to me anymore? No, thank you. Megan says Derek talked in Michigan, didn't he? I don't know. I was too busy throwing up from the one chip challenge. Do you remember that? Kenny says, hey, man, he's actually leaving for a month. April is going to be weird. Is it like a solitude vacation or something like that? You won't play some... Chris writes, you won't play some Fortnite, Derek? Oh, fuck yeah, Dad! What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, when I said that, all I was doing was puking when Derek was here. That's a callback to that goddamn one chip challenge, which has, since all that, has like killed people. Ben Glaze, myself, and Lurch did the one chip challenge, and man, did that make me sick. Oh, it was so bad. Could not stop vomiting. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. I wonder if they went out of business after that kid died. Like some kid ate the chip and then he died. Remember when Ben did the Death Nut Challenge today? He got the co-host spot. Yeah. We thought we were going to make it happen. Little did we know, the end was near. A year later, your old pal Easy and Ben are out in the cold. All right. So that was kind of weird. I've been communicating with this guy on Patreon who he signed up for the free one. And I think he just signed up to, like, say mean things. I talked about it before. I posted something at early on during I think he signed up on the 22nd. And so you get the 7 days free. And so he signs up and he immediately lowers the boom and says a bunch of mean shit. And clearly he's not a fan. He's just there to insult, which, well, all right, whatever. I don't care. Because he did what I suggested. Sign up for it and cancel it. And I went and looked him up. I go, okay, there he is. He signed up. He immediately canceled it. So he's getting his money's worth. And so every so often I look at the Patreon app and there's a message from the person. Now, just by coincidence, I think, the person is going by the name of Greg with 3 G's. But I have no idea if I'm fairly certain this would not be Neuenfeld. Super Swoops. But this Greg writes, because I was talking on the Patreon about Q100 and the drama about the sign, which really wasn't drama. At the time, I was like, oh no, this is the end. They're going to hate me. And like, no, you can't have our sign up there. We didn't realize, short story long story short. JC was well aware of the fact that I say words like cock. But JC's boss, his wife, was not. So she's like, and she's got a really deep voice. She's got a great voice. She's like, Eric, yeah, you got to take that sign down. Why? Oh, no. Yeah, you said cock. I go, she goes, no, I don't know the context. I go, well, I think I do. I'm sure it wasn't great. I can't think of too many ways that cock has an appropriate context. So I'm fairly certain I was saying the word suck my before it. Or you suck before it. Or the word face after it. Or sucker after it. Those are probably the contexts that I was saying cock. But it's just hilarious just to hear, yeah, Eric, you say cock. So I was talking about that yesterday, that funny story. And I was talking about how in the back of my mind, there's the concern of will they ever hold something against me if I say something on the podcast? Will I make it on Q100 because of that? And she assured me it was not a problem. Just doesn't want the sign up. And I go, all right, I get it. So I felt good about it afterwards, and it was fine. But during that discussion yesterday, this dude, if it's a dude, I don't know who the fuck it is, goes by Greg on Patreon, who I've gotten a lot of mileage out of these conversations, so that kind of makes me happy. Wrote, Q100 is not going to work out because you exaggerate and take advantage and embellish and lie about your content. You sound like someone begging for attention by doing anything. Well, that last sentence, you sound like someone begging for attention by doing anything. Yeah, that's kind of how I've rolled for however long that I've been alive. So, who doesn't? You're goddamn right I'm begging for attention. That's how I eat. If I don't get attention, I don't pay my bills. So I absolutely need some goddamn attention. That's why I say words like cock. As for, it will not work out because you exaggerate and take advantage and embellish. No, I would say that those are all three things that enable storytelling. The words exaggerate, take advantage, and embellish are all positives. You need those things if you want to be a success in any type of storytelling. But what do I know? I mean, the fuck? I have no clue what I'm doing, right? / lie about your content. I don't know what you mean by lie. I'm going to need more examples. I don't lie about anything. But if I did and you pointed it out and I did, I'd say, yeah, okay, yeah, I definitely lied about that. So whoever this person is really trying to be clever and went ahead and got the 7-day free to listen to some of my stuff and to pathetically communicate through the Patreon app with some blasts. I responded, I'm just glad you're here. Thank you for your support. So if it works out where I have a long, illustrious career at Q100, just remember you were wrong. And no response. So who knows who this is? My dream world would be it is Neuenfeld, but I sincerely doubt it. Chris says it sounds like Neuenfeld to me. Rich says it's the Hurricane pissed about the booby ban. I don't think so. Mike says plausible deniability. So you were talking about roosters? By the way, great suggestion today from Mike in Western Massachusetts, who wanted to hear a song that I've never heard before. I mean, I've heard Atlantic City by Bruce Springsteen. It's a wonderful song. But did you know that the band did that song? And boy, was it good. Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented Molly is here. Molly has written and sent her email to your old pal EZ. And the interesting thing about Molly is, well, first of all, she found the show because of my pal Tyler Glenn. Tyler Glenn is the radio guy out of Winnipeg he reached out to me and said, hey, how's it going? Hey, my name is Tyler Glenn, and I saw that you started a show after your radio career. Well, the rug just got pulled out from under me, how do you do it? If you got time, let me know. So I immediately reached out to him. We became fast friends, and over a period of months, I was like, okay, you want to avoid this, you want to do this, you want to avoid this, you want to do this. And he did it. He published, and he's still at it to this day. So that is so cool. She indicates in her email that I had, and now I can't find. God damn it. Because there's something really interesting about her. Greetings, easy. My name is Molly. Here's the part that I went, oh my God! I am 26, 27 on April 20th. Pause right there. That means that I have a moment in time in my brain where I did not know Molly at all. I still really don't know Molly other than this email and seeing her name on here and communicating with all of us and making friends and all that. But what this means is that the day that I was at the hospital with Pooh Bear on April 19th, 1997, Pooh Bear gives birth to Jackie. And while I'm already getting sass from her 1 second after she's born, precisely 24 hours after that, Molly was born. So think of that. One day after, I always think about these things, it's almost like cosmic, you know? It's like, where was I when this happened? So when this young lady was born, I was rocking Jacqueline in the nursery. Unless I'm getting that wrong, because you said that you'll turn 27 on April 20th. Well, my Jackie turns 27 on April 19th. So that's incredible. Unless I'm getting that wrong. You were born in the year 1997, correct? If that's the case, then all of this is the way I just said it. Originally from Ohio, now lives in Wisconsin. I discovered Tyler Glenn's stream while seeking an alternative to a radio show. Tyler occasionally mentioned you, and which piqued my interest. I thought, maybe I'd enjoy this individual, given Tyler's affable nature. Around came December, he raided your Twitch channel, and I began occasionally joining the streams. Tyler had mentioned you were starting a new radio show back on the radio. I began tuning in and have since enjoyed the shows. Okay. All right. So that's cool. I love that. Very, very cool. All right. What did I want to talk about today? I know I'm forgetting something. Oh. So the health update. You know, I've gotten far enough in this industry by not giving a shit about what is embarrassing. And just let it fly. Let it fly. Pick up the pieces. Too much information, be damned. All right? Nothing stops me. In the last 24 hours, I heard from an old pal of mine named John back in the high school days who said, yeah, my balls used to hurt too, and I tried this. And he gives me like a stretch. He says, yeah, it was nothing more than like a weak hip or something. I go, I don't think I have a weak hip. But thank you. But everything's fine. Everything's fine. This is actually a funny story. Amy says, I just think no matter what you tell a doctor, they have seen and heard worse. And that's exactly what my wife was telling me. And she says to me, did you tell the doctor everything that's bothering you about your balls? I said, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. She goes, everything? I go, yeah. She goes, I don't think you're being honest with me. And I go, I want you to write down everything that's bothering you and the history of this bothering since it took place on Sunday. And then read it back to me and then send it off to the urologist's office. So I'm communicating with because you got big doc, you got physician's assistant, you've got nurses, and you've got the people who are getting these emails. So I'm communicating with them. So it's already bad enough that I had to write, hey, my balls hurt. And then they respond with, okay, we're scheduling a scrotal ultrasound. You got to get your scrotum ultrasounded. So I broke the news to Pooh Bear. I go, hey, I got to get an ultrasound on my sack. And she's like, I don't like the way this is sounding. I'm a little concerned. I go, well, I mean, yeah, I know. Fear of the unknown for sure. And that's when she said, have you been telling them everything? And I'm like, yeah, I guess. She said, I don't think you have. Now, I'm actually going to finish this story after I kick out the Facebook, X, and YouTube audience. Because part of that is it's just, I don't know. I just feel like if it's blasted out to those places, it's one less layer of insulation on this story. Tyler wrote, Queen of the Forest, quote, did you tell them you're only able to glaze one half my chin and lip now instead of most of my face? Joe Pellerito, the non-retarded Pellerito, writes, great name for a hard rock band, Scrotal Ultrasound. By the way, points to Joe Pellerito for a funny text exchange with the announcement yesterday about taking the Q100 sign down. Pellerito said, do I have to drive up north and have a talk with your boss? If you get it, you get it. So if you're watching the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, I'm about to kick you out. Thank you for being here, though.